What if the very pills you take for pain every day are silently poisoning your kidneys? What if I told you that the very first thing you do every morning could be silently damaging your kidneys, not next year, not someday in the future, but right now, little by little, day after day, without you ever feeling a thing? That may sound frightening, but as a kidney specialist, I can tell you this is exactly how kidney disease works. Quietly, patiently, invisibly. I am Dr. Miller, and for many years I have worked with older adults suffering from chronic kidney disease. One of the hardest moments in my career is sitting across from a patient who looks at me with confusion and asks, "Doctor, how did this happen?" I felt completely fine. And the painful truth is that kidney damage rarely announces itself early. Your kidneys can lose a significant amount of their function before obvious symptoms ever appear. No sharp pain, no dramatic warning sign, just silent damage building in the background while life goes on as usual. That is what makes this so dangerous, especially after the age of 60. As we grow older, the kidneys naturally become more vulnerable. Their filtering power slowly weakens with time, and everyday habits that once seemed harmless can suddenly become toxic. I have seen patients who spent decades repeating the same morning routines without realizing they were putting enormous stress on these vital organs. And here is the most alarming part. One of the most harmful morning habits is something millions of older adults do every single day, thinking it is completely normal. In fact, there is a very good chance you may have already done it this morning. That is why I want you to stay with me until the end of this video. Because today, I am going to walk you through the morning habits that may be secretly harming your kidneys and, more importantly, the simple changes that can help protect them before it is too late. And trust me, habit number 1 may surprise you the most. Let's begin with habit number 7, something that sounds incredibly simple, almost harmless, yet it places enormous stress on your kidneys every single morning. I am talking about drinking too little water after waking up. Think about this for a moment. Your body goes 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours without water while you sleep. During that time, you continue breathing, sweating, and losing fluids. By morning, your body is naturally dehydrated. Your blood becomes more concentrated, thicker, heavier, and your kidneys suddenly have to filter that thick blood the moment you wake up. I often explain it to my patients this way. Imagine trying to push thick mud through a tiny kitchen strainer instead of clean flowing water. That is what your kidneys experience when your body is dehydrated. The filters inside the kidneys have to work much harder just to do their normal job. And here is where many older adults make a dangerous mistake. They tell me, "Doctor, I don't feel thirsty, so I assumed I didn't need water." But as we age, the sensation of thirst naturally becomes weaker. Your body may already be dehydrated, even if you do not feel thirsty at all. That silent dehydration can slowly damage kidney function over time. The good news is that the solution is incredibly simple. Start your morning with 1 glass of warm water, not ice cold, not sugary drinks. Just simple warm water to gently wake up your body and help your kidneys begin filtering properly again. You do not need to drink huge amounts all at once. The goal is consistency, not excess. Sometimes, the smallest morning habit can become one of the greatest acts of protection for your kidneys. Now let's talk about habit number 6, one of the most common morning routines in the world, drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Many people wake up and reach for coffee before they drink water, before breakfast, sometimes before they even fully open their eyes. It feels comforting, familiar, almost harmless. But for your kidneys and your entire body, this habit may create more stress than you realize. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach, your body reacts immediately by increasing cortisol, the main stress hormone. Cortisol naturally rises in the morning to help wake you up, but caffeine can push those levels even higher. As a result, your heart beats faster, your blood pressure rises, and your kidneys suddenly have to work harder to manage that pressure inside your blood vessels. Think of your kidneys like delicate water filters connected to tiny pipes. High blood pressure acts like water being forced through those pipes at excessive pressure every single day. Over time, that pressure slowly damages the filters. And honestly, for many people, the coffee itself is not even the worst part. The real danger often hides in what gets added to the coffee. Large amounts of sugar, flavored syrups, sweet creamers, whipped toppings, all of these create another wave of stress on the body. Sugar spikes blood glucose levels, promotes inflammation, and increases the risk of diabetes, which is one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. The solution does not mean giving up coffee forever. Instead, try eating something light first. Even a small piece of toast, oatmeal, or a boiled egg can help. And little by little, reduce the sugar and heavy creamers. Your kidneys do not need perfection. They simply need less daily stress. Habit number 5 is something millions of people consider a quick and convenient breakfast, yet it may quietly be harming the kidneys every single morning. I am talking about ultra-processed breakfast foods. Sausages, instant noodles, packaged pastries, sweet breakfast bars, frozen sandwiches, foods designed to save time but often loaded with hidden dangers. The problem is not just one ingredient, it is the combination. These foods are usually packed with excessive sodium, refined sugar, unhealthy fats, and chemical preservatives. And together, they create a constant burden on the body's filtering system. Let me explain it in a simple way. Imagine your kidneys as a highly advanced water filtration plant, working non-stop to keep your blood clean. Now imagine throwing small amounts of chemicals, salt, and sugar into that system every single morning. One breakfast may not seem dangerous, but over months and years, each meal becomes like a small attack against the body's filters. Little by little, the damage accumulates silently. The sodium raises blood pressure, the sugar increases inflammation, and the risk of diabetes. The preservatives force the kidneys to work even harder to eliminate waste. And unfortunately, many older adults eat these foods daily because they are easy, cheap, and familiar. But protecting your kidneys does not require expensive diets or complicated recipes. Often, the healthiest breakfasts are also the simplest. Eggs provide protein without excess sugar. Oatmeal gives the body slow, steady energy and fiber. Fresh fruits contain natural nutrients and hydration. Real natural foods place far less stress on the kidneys than packaged products filled with ingredients your body barely recognizes. Your breakfast should help your body recover from the night, not force your kidneys into another battle before the day has even begun. Now let's move to habit number 4, a habit that feels completely normal to many retirees, but can quietly damage the kidneys over time. I am talking about sitting for long hours immediately after waking up. Many older adults begin their mornings the same way. They wake up, make breakfast, turn on the television, and sit down just for a little while. But that little while often becomes 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours with very little movement. The body slowly becomes inactive, circulation slows down, and the kidneys begin receiving less healthy blood flow. Remember, your kidneys depend on strong circulation to function properly. They are like sophisticated filters, constantly cleaning your blood. But when the blood flow becomes sluggish, the entire system starts struggling. At the same time, sitting for long periods causes blood sugar levels to rise more easily, especially after breakfast. And elevated blood sugar creates inflammation throughout the body, including inside the delicate blood vessels of the kidneys. I once had a retired patient who told me, "Doctor, I thought resting more was good for my health. And, in moderation, rest is important. But the body was designed to move. Too much inactivity creates the perfect environment for weight gain, high blood pressure, diabetes, and chronic inflammation, all major enemies of kidney health." The dangerous part is that this damage happens silently. No pain, no warning, just gradual stress building day after day. The good news is that the solution is incredibly simple and does not require intense exercise. Even a gentle 1-0-minute walk in the morning can dramatically improve circulation and help stabilize blood sugar. Light movement after breakfast, walking around the house, stretching, gardening, even simple chair exercises can wake up the body and reduce stress on the kidneys. Think of movement as medicine for your circulation. Every step helps fresh blood reach your kidneys. Every small movement reminds your body that it is still alive, active, and capable of healing itself. Habit number 3 hides inside millions of homes, quietly sitting in kitchen drawers and bathroom cabinets. It is the habit of taking painkillers every morning without medical supervision. And this is especially common among older adults dealing with joint pain, arthritis, back pain, or stiffness after waking up. Many people think it's just a simple pain pill. I can buy it without a prescription, so it must be safe. But this is where the danger begins. Over-the-counter does not mean harmless. Medications like ibuprofen, naproxen, and other NSAIDs may temporarily reduce pain, but they also reduce blood flow to the kidneys. Let me explain this simply. Your kidneys need a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood to filter toxins properly. NSAIDs tighten the tiny blood vessels that feed the kidneys, almost like partially closing a water valve. Less blood reaches the kidneys, and over time, that repeated stress can slowly damage their delicate filtering system. I have seen many older patients become dependent on these medications without realizing the risk. They wake up with knee pain, take a pill, back pain, another pill, day after day, month after month. Until one day, routine blood tests suddenly show declining kidney function. The frightening part is that kidney damage from NSAIDs often develops silently. No pain, no obvious symptoms. By the time fatigue, swelling, or weakness appear, the kidneys may already be struggling. The solution is not to suffer in silence or fear medication completely. The key is to use these drugs wisely. Always speak with your doctor if you need pain relief regularly, and avoid taking NSAIDs for long periods without supervision. Sometimes, protecting your kidneys starts with questioning the pills you thought were helping you. Now we arrive at habit number 2, and this one may be the most addictive of all: eating too much sugar in the morning. Sweet cereals, white bread with jam, bubble tea, packaged fruit juices, pastries, many breakfast foods that look harmless are actually flooding the body with sugar before the day even begins. Here is the problem. After a long night without food, your body is extremely sensitive to what you eat first. When breakfast is filled with refined sugar and simple carbohydrates, blood sugar levels rise very quickly. The pancreas suddenly releases large amounts of insulin to bring that sugar down. But when this happens every single morning, year after year, the body slowly becomes resistant to insulin. This is how insulin resistance and eventually type 2 diabetes begin. And diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney failure in the world. I often explain sugar damage with a simple image. Think of sugar like tiny pieces of glass scraping against the delicate blood vessels inside the kidneys. At first, the damage is microscopic, impossible to feel. But over time, those constant scratches create inflammation, scarring, and weakening of the kidney's filtering system. What makes this especially dangerous is that many sugary breakfast foods are marketed as healthy. Fruit-flavored cereals, bottled juices, sweet yogurt drinks, they often contain far more sugar than people realize. The good news is that your kidneys respond incredibly well when you reduce these sugar spikes. Start your mornings with more fiber, more protein, and more whole foods. Oatmeal instead of sugary cereal. Eggs instead of pastries. Whole grain bread instead of white bread. These foods release energy slowly and place far less stress on your blood sugar and your kidneys. Sometimes, the first meal of the day quietly determines how hard your kidneys must fight for the rest of it. And now we arrive at habit number 1. In my opinion, this is the most dangerous habit of all, because it allows kidney disease to grow silently for years without interruption. I am talking about ignoring the early warning signs your kidneys are trying to give you. Many people believe kidney disease always causes severe pain, but the truth is often the opposite. The first signs are usually subtle, quiet, easy to dismiss: waking up several times at night to urinate, swollen feet or ankles at the end of the day, constant fatigue that never fully goes away, foamy urine that looks unusual in the toilet. These are not random changes. They can be early signals that the kidneys are struggling. But here is the heartbreaking part. So many older adults tell themselves the same thing. It's just normal aging. They assume feeling tired is natural. They blame swollen legs on getting older. They ignore the changes month after month because the symptoms do not seem dramatic. I still remember a patient who told me, "Doctor, I thought my body was simply slowing down." But when we finally ran tests, his kidneys had already lost most of their function. The damage was advanced. At that stage, treatment becomes much more difficult, and sometimes dialysis is no longer avoidable. This is why paying attention early can save your kidneys and possibly your life. The solution is simple but powerful. Do regular blood and urine tests even if you feel healthy. Monitor your blood pressure. Check your blood sugar regularly, especially after the age of 60. These small medical checks can detect kidney problems years before serious symptoms appear. Your kidneys whisper before they scream. The people who protect their health are often the ones who learn to listen while the whisper is still soft. Today, we uncovered 7 morning habits that may be silently damaging your kidneys without you even realizing it. Some of them seemed harmless. Some probably felt completely normal. But that is exactly why kidney disease is so dangerous. It grows quietly in the background while life continues as usual. Your kidneys are among the hardest working organs in your body. Every single second, day and night, they filter your blood, remove toxins, balance fluids, regulate blood pressure, and help keep the entire body alive and stable. They work silently, faithfully, without asking for attention. And sadly, most people only begin to think about their kidneys after serious damage has already happened. But here is the important message I want you to remember today. Your future is not decided overnight. Kidney damage often develops slowly, which means protection also begins with small daily choices repeated consistently over time. Drink more water after waking up. Move your body every morning, even if it is only for a short walk. Reduce excess sugar and processed foods. Read food labels carefully. Be cautious with pain medications and avoid taking them constantly without medical advice. These may sound like small actions, but together they create a powerful shield of protection for your kidneys. And please remember this: you do not need to change your entire life today. You do not need perfection. You simply need one better decision tomorrow morning than you made this morning, then another the next day. Health is not built in one giant step. It is built quietly through small choices that protect your body little by little. Now, I would truly love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? And which one will you start changing first? Leave your answer in the comments below, because your story may inspire someone else to protect their health too. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone you love. Sometimes, one simple piece of information can change the direction of a person's life. Take care of your kidneys, and they will continue taking care of you for many years to come.